What's going on, everybody? It's Bandit FX, and today I'm going to be going over my long-term price prediction for gold and where we're headed moving on into the future. So, the week just closed. It's February 26, 2021. Strong bearish close below support. Strong daily close below support. We're moving into this consolidation area. However, we still are headed down. I do think that next week we are going to tap into the 1675, 1680 area. Now, the reason for that being is we did break below the 50 EMA on the weekly, and basically the next weekly support would be at 1675, which also happens to line up with the 100 EMA. So, there is a little bit of confluence there as to where our next support would be. It's pretty clear, to me that it would be 1675. I do think we're going to get a small little bounce off of that, but we definitely are going to continue downward moving forward. I just want to make a couple points here, just so you guys are familiar before I do the podcast with Matt. If you take a look at the monthly chart, I'm going to pull up the log chart for you guys. So, since the 1970s, every time gold has made a push up and made a high, the next high that it made was very significant. Like, significantly higher. It's clear. So, gold's main purpose was to be a store of value. That's why it's as expensive as it is. It's rarity and the fact that it's a store of value. Obviously, it's used in the real world for physical things like computer chips and things like that. But what gives gold its actual price of $1,700 is its store of value. So, like I said, every time we've made a high, it's been significantly higher. We consolidated for about 20 years and then continued pushing up. So here we come into this interesting spot which we've never seen before. Gold has made a higher high, but barely. And this is across the point of 10 years. So this has never happened before in gold's history. Now you got to think where we are in 2021. Interest rates are at an all-time low for the U.S. economy. Inflation for the U.S. dollar is an all-time high. And we have Bitcoin. Those three factors are very, very bad for gold's future as being a store of value. So I do think, we're going to have a bounce, like I said, off of 1675, but then we are going to continue down this consolidation area. We might range here for a little bit at the 1300 mark over the next, couple years. After that, basically 1300 to 1000. After that, gold is breaking below 1000 and it's going to return, in my personal opinion, to under $500. The store value of gold is going to be gone. So, that's my long-term analysis. If you want to know why I think what I think, because what I just said was a very bold statement, you have to listen to the podcast. I'm going to have it uploaded this weekend. You have to listen to it. There is a ton of important information in it that will really make you think, if what I just said can actually happen and come true, because it makes sense. But if you haven't already, like and subscribe. Let me know your current thoughts on gold, long term and short term, and where you think price is headed, and what you think about my prediction about where price is headed. Like I said, this video's the podcast is going to be coming out this weekend, and we might have a third person on the podcast as well. It was only supposed to be me and MJ C63, but we might have another guest. So, really looking forward to it, guys. Let me know what you think of the podcast as well when it does drop. I promise you guys, this is not something you're going to want to miss.